Turn it on.
I got that. Okay, hold on. All right, we're good. Sorry, I unplugged everything yesterday.
It's okay. You know what? I'm just happy that you're here, still breathing after this morning.
I didn't Epstein myself. Nope, I did not.
There was no telling.
There was chances. Who would have thought I would have been able to pull this out of the closet?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Rocking the number one in the bleached white Patriots uniform. Terrible, terrible uniforms from 2020.
Terrible quarterback from 2020, but yet all these people on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram just love this guy because now we have money to get weapons, and he's going to be an MVP, fucking Super Bowl MVP, and everything's all right in the world. Fucking bobos.
Lots of pretzels. Lots of pretzels in the Patriot internet world today. I just, I was happy that you clicked accept and you showed up on the screen, because I myself was driving down the highway today and a bridge looked mighty fine at about 9:30 this morning. Just end it all. We don't have to do another 17 weeks of the Cam Newton experience. Why don't we let's just get into the sorrows here. This is a special edition of Simple Minds Sports Show. The Patriots signed Cam Newton a year ago today, ish. We had the Billy Badworth's explosion of the Cam Newton signing caught on camera. And what a different dichotomy. We're missing Bill today for actual legitimate reasons. We won't give him shit today. We don't have to get into it, but it's not a Billy Badworth sick day. But I can feel his hatred, his heat.
His gift that he sent, or GIF. What do you call it? GIF or GIF?
Don't know. Nobody knows.
Well, whatever he sent with the guy blasting his brains out after hearing the news that Cam signed for a 1-year deal. Felt right.
Right. Pretty spot on. So, welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show, March, 12th. I guess this is the day that the Patriots re-signed Cam Newton. Welcome to the show.
Karma's a real thing, Rich. We had 20 plus years of fucking just glory, Super Bowl runs, playoff runs, deep playoff runs, and now we have this. 2 years in a row. If we thought COVID was bad and quarantine was bad, another season of fucking Cam Newton, I'd take COVID over Cam Newton.
We got both. I've been saying this before we do this. Let's do this. We owe White Birch a little shout out here. White Birch Brewing out of Nashua, New Hampshire, our favorite New Hampshire brewery. Ray, address please.
460 Amherst Street, Nashua, New Hampshire.
460 Amherst Street, Nashua, New Hampshire. The tap room is beautiful, spacious. Go down, do your social distancing, get yourself a drink, get yourself a flight, take some home with you, get some merchandise, buy yourself a hat, and forget about your friends. Maybe your friend if you don't have the capacity to build a trash can.
Peasants, as Bill would call us.
And if you see it in the store, pick it up. Tell them the Simple Minds boys sent you. White Birch Brewing. Cam Newton signs today for the New England Patriots for a 1-year, $14 million incentive-laden contract. Ray, I had you look up the details, so no telling where this could go. But my understanding is it's a $5 million base contract with a bunch of other shit, $2 million signing bonus, whatever that's tied in. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's a $5 million base, includes $2 million signing bonus. 1.5 is also guaranteed, so there's 3.5 right there. And then he has 1.5 per game roster bonuses. No one knows if that's for starting or just being on the active roster for 17 weeks, but that's part of it. And then the rest, the $9 million, is incentive base, which he'll never see because it includes playoff wins, Pro Bowls, All-Pro, MVP, and Super Bowl MVP. So no.
So basically, he's playing for maybe $5 to $7 million ish.
Where the fuck you seeing $7 million?
I don't know. I figure he's going to start, maybe get a couple touchdowns. I guess I'm wrong. When you saw the number this morning, obviously the details came out throughout the day. That's where we're at now. This is Friday at 5:45. We're recording this, and we'll get it out as soon as we can. When you saw 1 year, $14 million, my heart, everyone's had those moments in their life where your kind of stomach drops and you get really nervous. That's what fucking happened to me. That's how sickly invested I am in some stupid goddamn game. But I saw that you sent the Bleach Report, and then my heart sunk, and then I went looking for it, and I had my baby in my arms, and I just almost dropped everything. I almost sent the baby to the ground along with everything in my hands, because that was the feeling I had. Now a few hours, past, it's not the 14 million we thought, but does it change your mind in the least? Does it change your mind in the least of what the signing means for the Patriots and Cam Newton?
A little bit, because it's pretty much 5 million or 3.5 million, however you want to look at it. 14 million is a lot. I mean, if they went out to get like a Jimmy G or whatever they're rumored to get right now, Jimmy G is the biggest rumor, but you don't think Bill Belichick would put all that money aside? 14 million plus another 25 for Jimmy G, so that'd be $39 million for the quarterback position, which we know he doesn't value at all. So seeing that 14 million scared me at first, but now knowing that it's probably between 3 to 5, it's not that bad.
It's cheap. It's backup money, but I don't think he's a backup. I want to get into all these scenarios here, but first and foremost, let's talk about what is actually happening. Bill Belichick is so far over his skis in this situation in terms of finding a quarterback for the Patriots, and he has nobody to blame but himself. He didn't let Tom Brady go. He pushed him out. Now we can have that conversation of why, and if it was right in 20 years, maybe they just needed a break from each other. But the undeniable fact is he was not ready for it. He is unprepared. Cam Newton is not the ideal candidate for Bill Belichick. That's a fact. Anybody that wants to twist themselves in a pretzel and say Bill Belichick is doing Bill Belichick things because he got Cam Newton for $3.5 or $5 million, you're missing the point. He can't play.
No,
we saw it all year, Ray. We were asking for him to be benched all season. What do these people think in one offseason is going to change? The fact that this fucking guy cannot play anymore.
Well, the thing that's making me laugh out loud all the time now is going on social media and seeing these guys be like, well, watch, now he's going to have weapons. We're going to be able to go out. Who in their right mind would be like a Kenny Galladay saying, yeah, let's go to New England. Cam Newton can throw me the fucking ball at my feet. That's going to really propel my career and make me a Hall of Famer. No one's going to want to come here. Yeah, okay, some guys might want to come here to go hat shopping in Brockton, but yeah, no one's going to come here that has actual talent. Like, this is bad for the Patriots right now. And the worst part is that when Cam Newton put it on Twitter or Instagram saying, hey, let's run it back, chapter 2, Tom Brady was over there in Tampa Bay with his number 7 fucking TB12 shirt, signing a contract, basically freeing up $19 million for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers so they can go out and sign all the guys pretty much, like Shaq Barrett, fucking
Chris Godwin,
all the wide receivers that are
Devontae, whatever's just signed for 2 years.
I'm sure AB is going to be back. I'm sure they'll bring AB back on a.
Yeah, they still got to get Gronk back. Yeah, though that back-to-back headline thing really had me floored this morning. Brady was doing Brady things, freeing up $20 million for his team, taking an extension at 43 years old, and the Patriots were digging back into the swamp for Cam freaking Newton, who was literally, the statistics bear it out, the 32nd worst quarterback. He was the 32nd ranked quarterback in QB ratings in 2020.
At one time, he was 35. At one time, he was 35.
Anybody who thinks this guy is good or could be good with, like, the idea of, well, he'll be better with weapons. He better be. Where else can you go? Where else can you go? You're at the bottom. You can only get better. Yeah. I get, maybe, although he might prove me wrong, but the point we brought this up maybe a week or so ago, Ray, and talked about trying to come up with some positives for Cam Newton. You have to look at the timing of this and everything surrounding the Patriots and their quarterback fiasco and the Jimmy G rumors. And you look at Monday, tampering period starts. Wednesday is free agent period. We had the Mike Giardi report that said the Patriots wanted to act quickly to get a quarterback in. So when they were recruiting free agents, they had somebody to say, this is going to throw you the ball. I don't disagree with the idea of having a starter quarterback on the roster to say to free agents, this is going to throw your ball. But to your point, Cam Newton's not the one I would pick. But does he still have cachet just as a guy in the NFL that people respect for for obviously reasons off of the football field. Will that help the Patriots? Is that some type of silver lining here at all when it comes to free agency?
I don't know. Maybe he has some pull. I mean, you heard how a bunch of he was liked in the locker room by the guys. But what does this say to the other guys returning from COVID? Like, is Bill Belichick pretty much given up on the season already, just having Cam Newton come back? Because what kind of leverage is he going to have? Who would want to come here, like a Hunter Henry or a Jonnu Smith from Tennessee? Like, if you want your career to go to that next level, you need someone to throw you the ball. He can't do it. He couldn't deliver last year. And I don't think an offseason like this is going to make anything change. He's going to be the same quarterback as he was last year.
No, the excuses. Let's play a game. You tell me if you believe in this as an excuse, yes or no. I'll name them. COVID.
No.
Not having an off season.
No.
Not having weapons.
No.
He just had shoulder surgery a year before the season.
No.
No, he can't throw in a vacuum. I don't give a fuck about the weapons. I don't give a shit about any of it. He can't read a blitz. He never has been able to do that in his career. He's not that heady of a quarterback. He's never been an accurate quarterback. He has he said himself he's not a guy that dissects defenses. He makes plays happen within the moment. Well,
that's not Bill Belichick system.
That's not how the Patriots do it, first of all, and secondly, he's clearly lost the step physically. And I just don't understand. I can't get my head wrapped around these fucking cammy pajammy Patriots lovers, Bill Belichick and Bill we trust people that can look at last season, throw those bullshit excuses at the wall and say Cam Newton has a chance to be good. And if he's not good, it's okay because they're only paying him $5 million. And if we go 8-8, it's fine. Like, you're just twisting yourself in a pretzel to be okay with Cam Newton, and you shouldn't be.
No,
this was not the plan. This is the worst case scenario for them. I just don't understand how people can be okay. And let's bring up this next point. And this is actually coming from the Schefters of the world, the Giardi's, the Tommy Curran, saying basically because of the way the contract is structured that the Patriots are not or could not be done in the quarterback free agency market. What does that mean to you?
It has to be a trade because Belichick already came out and said they didn't like anyone in the free agent market for quarterback.
And he skipped Trey Lance's pro day today.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I honestly don't know where this is going. I feel like Cam Newton's starter week 1.
I feel like Cam Newton's the starter week 1 too. I'm going to leave a little opening for the fact that, like we just said, free agency is starting. Cam Newton, as bad as he is more stability at a starting quarterback position because of his cachet than a Jared Stidham or a Brian Hoyer, the other two guys that you have in the locker room there.
Oh, no. Brian Hoyer's not there. He's a free agent.
Okay.
It's Jake Dolga. I've never heard of him, but it's Newton, Stidham, and Jake Dolga right now.
Jake Dolga's not doing a lot for you. I don't think Jared Stidham's doing anything for you either. So the idea of between all three of those going to a Hunter Henry or
saying,
a
hey,
Kenny
look
Galladay,
at this.
As bad as I think Cam Newton is, and as bad as he is, I think when you're talking to those guys, you can say, hey, look, Cam's here. We got him signed. Incentive. He's here to play. He's here to you know who Cam Newton is. You know what he can do. Yada yada yada. I'm just talking through a sales pitch from their perspective. I don't necessarily believe it, but I do leave the opening that if there's an opportunity for them to still go get a Jimmy G, they will. And I don't know what that means for Cam Newton. If that contract bears it out that it's $3.5 million before week 1, they can cut him and eat the $3.5 million.
Yeah,
because I don't see Cam Newton as a backup. I either see Cam Newton starting in week 1, or you've just made this signing to buy yourself enough time between now and whenever you can go get the guy that you might actually want, and then have a quarterback competition in air quotes.
Yeah,
and send Cam Newton packing. He's not going to be a backup.
No.
I don't think that he can. I mean, unless
someone said something today, like drafting like a Trey Lance or a Mac Jones or one of these rookie quarterbacks and have Cam Newton teach them the way. Why the fuck would you want to do that? Why? Like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, from a physical standpoint, I agree. Like, let's give Cam Newton credit. He said all the right things last year. He was endearing to the fans. The first couple weeks were like, oh wow, maybe this guy isn't that bad. He had a nice game in Seattle, and then he came back from COVID and was absolutely wretched for the rest of the season. Continued to say the nice things and the right things. Continued to be an excellent teammate. Obviously, he made an impression on people in Foxborough. All of the right things, other than the fact that he was statistically the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. All those things are true. So if you are looking for a mentor for a young quarterback, I guess you take those things into consideration. But that's the only way I can see him getting on the bench. Is if the plan is he comes in, he starts week 1, they draft a guy, and let's get this out of the way. They're not drafting a guy at 15. They're not drafting a guy high in the first round. We've been over this. It's going to be some guy you've barely ever heard of, never heard of, Kyle Trask or somebody from Florida. Is that Trask? Or whoever else, the guy from Wake Forest, that they've been linked to, these second, third round guys. If they draft a guy, that's who it's going to be. Mm-hmm. And he's not going to play in his first year. It's going to be him and Stidham and Cam Newton, and that's going to be the book.
It's a quarterback competition this year.
and maybe if you're 3-8, that rookie gets to see the field. But they were terrible. He was terrible this past season, and we never saw Jarrett Stidham except for one game that they were getting blown out.
It was run.
And he came in and looked okay, and then never saw the field again.
Yeah.
The third to last game, whatever. I forget who it was against. So, So I don't know. In synopsis, before we move on to anything else, very, very worried. I really believe that their plan moving forward is Cam Newton will be our starter. We'll see what happens in the draft. We'll see what happens with Jimmy G. And if we can get somebody who we think is better, we'll do it. But if we can't, no problem. We'll go with Cam. And that's what they did last year. That's what happened. They went with Cam, and it sucked.
They were saying that, too, that, going to San Francisco or Houston or whatever to try to get a quarterback, they had no leverage because basically you had no quarterback. Jarrett Stidham and this Jake fucking Dolgle guy was their only quarterback options on the roster. So having Cam now, they can go to San Francisco and be like, you can't really screw us that bad. Like, you can't ask for like 2 firsts or something. For
bullshit.
That's what I said too when I was listening to this. I'm like, bullshit. Cam Newton they still know that you have no quarterback there. They can ask for the world for Jimmy G.
I think I heard the same thing as you, and I don't even believe in that leverage thing because I don't think teams even look at it like that. They just want what they want. Jimmy G is worth a first-round pick. Bill has been saying he'll toot our asses off. He's been saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is worth the 15, and he thinks that Bill might give up the 15. And shit, it's almost looking like it now. Now I'm almost okay with it. Now,
please do it. Do it, please.
If Bill's plan is I sign Cam Newton, I convince some free agents that we have stability at the quarterback position, and hey, there's this chance that we might get Jimmy G too. So, come on board with us. And then we get to the draft and he trades and you get Jimmy Garoppolo and maybe Cam Newton as a backup or some kind of flex weird, slash Cordell Stewart player on the roster or something.
They in the Wildcat for sure.
Something out of the ordinary like that. I don't see it happening, but that's the pretzel twisting as a fan you have to start doing to feel okay by it. And that's what half of fucking New England right now is doing on social media. The other half is with us saying this is ridiculous. This is unbelievably bad. I can't believe we're back in this position 2 years after, almost to the day. St. Patrick's Day is on Wednesday. That's the day they let Tom Brady leave New England. Almost to the day you signed Cam Newton back into New England after having the worst season on record since fucking Steve Grogan or some. He was actually good. Who the hell? 1990, the starting quarterback. If Bill was here, he'd know. So that's what you have to start doing if you're a Patriots fan. You have to start pretzeling your mind into these alternative realities that ultimately lead to Cam Newton not being your starter, which should tell you it wasn't a good fucking move to begin with. Whether it's $3 million or $14 million, if the guy sucks, it's not a good deal. You could pay me and you $3 million. If we suck, it's not a good deal.
Yeah.
It's not, if you go 5-11, it's not a good deal. You suck.
Mm-hmm. No, but like a Taysom Hill kind of thing. I could see them if they could get Jimmy G, having him come in for like certain plays. He's gonna get his roster bonus, even if he's on the roster as a backup. He's gonna get that extra 1.5. So he's probably gonna make $5 million. So have him come in here, line him up at tight end. He can catch the ball. We saw it last year. He can run the ball. Just have these weird plays. Josh McDaniels' wet dream. He can have all these special gadget plays for Cam Newton come in. It would work out, but they need to make a move and get someone other than this fucking guy. God damn it.
He can't be. Yeah. I mean, like that's the. Hey, girls. That's the world that we're living in right now.
I'm gonna be forced to get a creamsicle fucking jersey.
Yeah, we might have to be Bucks fans, man.
We might have to be a Bucks fan because this is terrible.
So what we talked about the other day, you and Bill thought that the Patriots were going to be quote unquote aggressive this offseason.
This was aggressive, apparently.
So between the Trent Brown signing for a pick swap 2 years from now, and giving Cam Newton a bucket of balls to come in here and play quarterback for you, just this screaming like an aggressive offseason you guys been looking for?
No. This is awful.
Don't you just know that the $64 million they have are going to be on middling fucking guys you've never heard of? Just
no, it's gonna be guys that are like on the
injured, like, and they're going to stack the roster.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what, they'll be competitive. I'll put the over under at 8-8, and we'll see who the quarterback is.
Under.
If it's Cam, they might get 6 or 7 wins. If it's Jimmy, they might get 9 or 10. And that's basically what your team is. That's what my expectations of this now moving forward. Bill Belichick has like senioritis. Like he's just fucking throwing it out there. He's just whipping it out there, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's all it is now. It's just see what happens, or build up a defense and just see if you can win on defense.
I'd almost be okay with that. If they invest like $55 million into defense and then just give Cam shit again, like I'm almost more looking forward to that. Like go be the 1986 Bears when everyone
the Ravens, the 2000 Ravens. Yeah. Have Trent Dilfer at quarterback, or when Brad Smith won it for Tampa Bay back in the day.
You know that's what Belichick's like thinking in the back of his mind. You know that he has the amount of arrogance to say, "Oh, you think I need to pay $30 million to a quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Watch this."
Yeah.
And the fan in me goes, "Yeah, fucking let's do it, let's do it, Bill." And I think I would be on board with it if it was anybody other than Cam Newton.
Yeah, if it was Stidham, just be like, all right, let's try this out. Let's see if this works. But it's Cam. We saw his resume. It's not good. It doesn't work in New England. Move on.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
It didn't. Yeah. So, what a pill. What a pill to swallow today.
Oh, yeah. Like I told you how my morning worked. I went to go take my morning poo. No toilet paper in the stall. Finished up. God bless the guardian angel came to my aid and gave me toilet paper. After that, fucking breaking news. Cam Newton signs with the New England Patriots. 1-year deal. It's like, can this day get any fucking worse? Can this day get any fucking worse?
Brady signs an extension with the Bucks.
Boom, there it is. TB12 number 7 on his fucking chest, taking it in. It's sent to lace deal so he can get all his buddies back together.
You're gonna stay late at work.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay late at work. Boom. It's just been a shit day. My boiler's going off.
There's the boiler. Yeah, it's a beautiful spring day outside, sun shining, and it's Friday. You know, we're going into the weekend here, and I was legitimately grumpy for most of the day. It affected me in that type of way, and it shouldn't, but it did. It did. And I almost allowed myself to do what you did and what the Patriots Bobos are doing, and let my hopes get up with some crazy type of schemes and scenarios, listening to talk radio and ESPN and all the things that they can do with their cap space. And then you have to keep coming back to the fact of the most important position in sports is now manned, and the starting role has been handed to the worst player at that position last season. Mm-hmm. How in the world do you think you were going to be successful like that?
You're not.
And the other thing, Ray, this is not what we talk about ever. We didn't really. They're not. It's not building towards anything. You know, it's almost like a Bruins scenario where it's like you're kind of treading water and not quite good enough and too afraid to make the big splash and the move to maybe take one step back and two steps forward. Cam Newton is building towards nothing. Bill Belichick is 67, 68 years old. Like, you almost have to start thinking like he doesn't give a shit about the future of this franchise because he's going to quit soon and it doesn't matter. And maybe you and I have 10 for lucky 20 years left. Football will still be going on. We want to watch the game. We want the Patriots to be successful, at least moderately. But he's like, fuck it. I don't need toilet paper when I take a shit. I'm just going to wipe my ass with the hopes and dreams of New England Patriots fans by signing Cam Newton to be my starting quarterback just so I can try and prove somebody wrong.
You know that Sarah McLachlan song that comes on with the SPCA and all the dogs that are beaten and sad? They should do a remix of that and just have all the Patriots fans crying and seeing Cam Newton on the sidelines now. Bill Belichick just abusing us mentally and physically with having this schmuck on the under center again. Oh, so angry.
Yeah.
I'm not even hungry. Like, usually this is like dinner time. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even want to eat. My wife's like, hey, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, I'm not even hungry. I'm upset. I'm just sad.
Swallowing your feelings.
Yeah. I'm just going to drink.
Me too.
Boom.
Boom. This has been the Simple Minds Sports Show special edition. Cam Newton signs back with the Patriots March 12th. If you haven't listened to this, then you wouldn't hear me say this, so this is going to make sense. But if you have listened to it, it's going to be out on Sunday too, so just tune back in.
Sure.
I don't know if that was the beer, my stupidity, or my frustration talking. None of that made sense, but...
No, it didn't.
Whatever. Whatever. Fuck you and your mother. We'll see you on Sunday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You want to come say hi?
Hi, Ingrid. Ingrid! Oh.
Hey, girl. You see
Hey, Finley. Finley.
Yeah, what's that?
go, babies.